Here now with more Tudor Dixon podcast host Tudor Dixon and Outkick founder Clay Travis. Thank you both for joining us. All right, Tudor, I got to start with you. Rosie O'Donnell moving out of the country, moving to Ireland, writing poetry about Trump. What do you think?
Well, you might not know this, but I actually worked for Rosie O'Donnell once upon a time. So 26 years ago, I was an intern at the Rosie O'Donnell show. I know. And it was the Rosie O'Donnell that I knew was obviously a different Rosie O'Donnell than today. People absolutely adored her. They loved working on her show. I don't know what happened, but I will give her credit that she didn't like it. She said she was going to leave. Every other celebrity says they're going to leave and they just stay in the United States. So she left and she's saying all this stuff. The one thing I would say is, Rosie, don't look at our party, look at your party. If you're so unhappy, ask yourself why your party is so screwed up.
Yeah, you bring up a good point, Tudor, because Clay, at least she did what she said she was going to do, right? Ellen DeGeneres said she was going to do it. She actually moved out, but all these other ones that say, I got to leave the country, and then they don't. So, yeah, I'll give her some credit there. I don't wish any ill will on any person, on any American. If she's happier there, I'm glad she went.
I actually feel sorry for Ireland because of all the celebrities that said they were going to leave. Don't you think they're actually disappointed that they got Rosie O'Donnell? I mean, she's like 78 on the list of celebrities that you'd want if you're Irish to move to your country. No Americans care. And by the way, Tudor Dixon, we need you to run in Michigan and help win back that state, either as governor or senator. She's got a great podcast in the Clay and Buck Podcast Network. We would hate to lose her like we lost Sean Parnell, but she would dominate in Michigan. She would win statewide as either a senator or a governor. Maybe Rosie would move back since she used to be an intern. Maybe she'd be comfortable in Michigan with Tudor in control there.
Michigan is a lovely, I do encourage people to move to the state of Michigan. I'll take Rosie. I'll take anybody, come on. Come. We are friendly here in Michigan.
That's pretty friendly. That's going the extra mile to be friendly with that one. But listen, look, you got John Leguizamo. Yeah, he was a decent actor, or at least he used to be. And but he says out there saying, Trump is racist. I don't know. Maybe Kash Patel might have something to say about that. I don't know. Maybe Tulsi Gabbard might take issue with that. I'm just guessing. What's your take on Donald Trump, the racist? I mean, that's such an old, tired trope that they throw out there it just doesn't hold water.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this, you've got Marco Rubio, like you said, you have Tulsi Gabbard, but also this idea that it's the white men's club. I mean, you have the first female chief of staff in Susie Wiles, an amazing woman. She has done incredible things. Everybody is praising her all across the nation. How dare he say this about Donald Trump's White House? Open your eyes, people. This is why you have a 27% approval rating, because people are looking at this White House and saying it has more firsts than any others. I mean, you've got women, you've got gay, you've got black, you've got Latino. Stop saying this about this White House. They're not hiring for race. They're hiring for quality, and they've got great quality people.
Yeah, he's hiring the best people.
I think the thing you have to hammer home. Yeah, that's why I think you have to hammer home here. Look, it hasn't gotten enough attention. Donald Trump won the least racially divisive election victory in 2024 since 1964. That is white, black, Asian, Hispanic. We have never voted closer together than we did for Donald Trump in 2024. Remember, interestingly, the only group that Kamala Harris gained support by was actually white voters a little bit, but black, Asian, Hispanic voters overwhelmingly came to Trump. And let me give a shout out right now. I'm up near Bedminster where President Trump is. Caroline Leavitt is bringing in all sorts of new media. I am one of them. I am up here. I'm going to be with Donald Trump tomorrow with the president and several other people to watch the NCAA wrestling championships in Philadelphia. Guess what? The Penn State wrestling team endorsed Donald Trump. Good for those guys in October of 2024, right before the election in the swing state of Pennsylvania. Also, Tudor's swing state of Michigan, they won as well. But it should be an electric atmosphere. Trump's been cheered at the Daytona 500, at the Super Bowl. I bet he gets a phenomenal reception in Philadelphia at that wrestling championship tomorrow. I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, I know some of the best wrestlers in the world. I don't know if we ever had a president go to such a wrestling match, but good on him.
Great question.
And glad that he's bringing you along. Yeah, I don't think he has, but, you know, Penn State, Iowa State, I mean, there's some really good teams out there and wrestlers that are off the charts. And look, this is the magic of Donald Trump that the Democrats never figure out. They never figure out that the idea that, guess what? He just goes and does things that real people actually do. And they don't try to pretend
That's right.
that, you know, go on The View and tell people they're racist. That's just doesn't move the meter. Tudor, what last thought to you?
Exactly. When you're watching this, everything on their side is very scripted. They've been used to having messages that they then send to the media. The media spreads that message. They feel like their voices are being heard all across the nation. But now everybody's turned on the media. They've turned on their messaging. And it's all fake. It's all acted out. I mean, they've got these stupid videos. You got the fighter. Who's your fighter? It all feels very scripted. And the American people are done with scripted. Donald Trump is like the least scripted man on the planet. And people love that about him because they think he is real. They know he's real. They know he cares about them. And when he goes to these wrestling matches, when he goes to these fights, when he goes to the Super Bowl, people go, he's just like me, and he cares about America. Because if you care about sports and you care about the events that happen in the country and you care about the musicians, people say he really gets it. He gets every aspect of it because we know he gets business, we know he gets foreign policy, and he's real.
Clay, last word to you, actually.
I think he's absolutely killing it, and you nailed it. Look, Tudor started off by saying 29%, 27% approval, CNN and NBC. The Democrat Party has lit itself on fire. Donald Trump's got some s'mores, and he's keeping his hands warm as they continue to burn themselves down. Fortunately, the country is benefiting.
Well, you enjoy your time with the president and the wrestling tomorrow. Tudor, thank you so much for joining us. And you know what? Authenticity wins the day. And they understand that Donald Trump delivers authenticity all the time. All right. Have a good weekend. Enjoy it and stay with us.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.